Mother's Day has not always been about honoring the one who brought us into this world or who raised us to adulthood. The tradition of honoring the mother of creation is deeply rooted in the ancient goddess traditions that predate Christianity. To convert pagans to Christianity, the church co-opted the pagan celebration of motherhood through the veneration of Jesus' mother, Mary. Mother's Day did not take on a human focus until the 17th century, when England broadened the celebration to include human mothers. Members of the working class were allowed to travel to their towns of origin to visit their families and present their mothers with cakes and flowers. There are 3 women who worked to establish Mother's Day here in the United States. Initially, Anne Reeves Jarvis wanted to recognize the invisible work of women and their role in the family. Her focus shifted to the promotion of peace during the Civil War when she organized several women's groups and insisted they help both the Confederate and Union soldiers who were sick or wounded. After the war, despite threats of violence, she organized a Mother's Friendship Day to reunite families and neighbors who had been divided by the Civil War and to restore a sense of unity and community. A few years later, our Unitarian foremother, Julia Ward Howe, an abolitionist, suffragist, peace activist, and author of the Battle Hymn of the Republic, wrote the Mother's Day Proclamation for Peace. Horrified by the death and destruction of the Civil War, Howe's proclamation urged the creation of an international body of women who could find ways to avoid war and bloodshed. She also proposed an annual Mother's Day for Peace to be celebrated on June 2nd. Though neither the caucus nor the holiday came to pass, both Jarvis and Howe believed women, especially mothers, were best suited to bring people together with the goal of peace. After Jarvis's death, her daughter Anna set out to honor her mother's legacy by establishing the Mother's Day celebration we know and celebrate today. By 1914, President Woodrow Wilson declared the celebration of Mother's Day on the 2nd Sunday in May a national holiday. How fitting Mother's Day emerged from a cry for peace amid the carnage of civil war. Imagine civil war, meaning division. Like we have today. Mothering is the act of bringing new life into the world. It is an act that requires attention, devotion, and selflessness for the life we create to reach its full potential. In a sense, we are all co-creators of a world in which all life may bloom and grow. Valerie Carr, founder of the Revolutionary Love Project, has this message to share. To all who mother, we celebrate the ways you pour your body, breath, and blood into your families and communities. Your love is the fiercest kind of love. Mothering is a capacity that resides in each of us. It is neither constrained by biology nor confined to any particular sphere of life. Each of us has the ability to mother others and ourselves to nurture, to nourish, to care, and to set free. At this time in our nation's history, when cruelty, disconnection, and authoritarian forces dominate our country, we need to cultivate a mother love that emerges from a wellspring that never runs dry and gives birth to a fierce courage we did not know we possessed. Recently, I participated in a conversation among colleagues who are wondering, how do we maintain our prophetic ministry and still keep our people safe in an increasingly oppressive political climate? After a brief check-in, a voluntary personal and geographic risk assessment organically emerged. Geographically, some of us serve congregations in politically conservative regions of an otherwise liberal state, or vice versa. Some may have a few or many congregants directly affected by oppressive legislation. And on a personal level, some of us may possess target identities, while others who possess some degree of unearned privilege may have family members with target identities. One of my colleagues is the quintessential mother who exudes love and kindness in her ministry. You just want to be around her. You know people like that? Yeah, just want to get a little hit, you know. She's also the mother of an autistic child. She expressed concern in our check-in about the administration's proposed budget cuts that would eliminate her child's health care, and was prepared to buy a gun to protect her child from being abducted when the Department of Health and Human Services announced its intention to create a registry of people with autism in late April. People with disabilities are among the most vulnerable during a rise of authoritarianism. In that moment, I witnessed my colleague. I witnessed a transformation in my colleague's persona. From professional minister to ordinary citizen to mother bear. Thanks to an immediate public outcry, the Department of Health and Human Services has rescinded its decision to create a registry, though it would still like to collect data to conduct further research on the cause of autism. Now, you ought to read between the lines here about research. Many minorities have been abused by research. Now, I'm not advocating that we all go out and buy a gun. I'm an advocate for peaceful protest. However, I think that mother has every right to protect her child. I want to uplift the kind of courage it takes to say no to oppressive forces that threaten our constitutional rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. When we unleash our mama bear through peaceful protest, we engage in what Carr calls a revolutionary form of love. Never underestimate the power of Mama Bear. So as we celebrate Mother's Day this year, let us give thanks to all who have mothered us, whether by elephant or bird. And let us learn to harness our inner Mama Bear and transform it into courageous action to ensure all life may bloom and grow forever.